Alright guys, so welcome to this video. I'm going to show you guys some simple setup of Claude Design. So let's get into it. So when you come to Claude.ai here, you're going to go to the left hand side and you're going to see Claude. You're going to see Design on the left hand side, and then you're going to click on that button. Once you click on Design, you're going to go into Claude Design here. Once you go into Claude Design, you're going to see different things here. You have prototype, wireframe, high fidelity, and you also have a setup system. A setup design system is where you could put your assets like your brand color and so on and so forth, so that it could have that inside its system. So whenever you create something, it uses your specific brand color and things of that nature. When you're in Claude Design, you're also going to see up here you have recent, your design, and you have examples and design system. So as I said, you could create your design system here like that. Well, if you go to example, you have Claude provide some example here. You could use some of these prompts here. So this is a deck card here. You could just play around with this. It created this, so you could. Alright, so once you come here, you could go to high fidelity. You could go to new prototype. You have slide deck, from template, and other. So here, when you come to prototype, you could simply go and type in a name of what you want in the prototype. In this case, I just put an O or something, and then I just click on high fidelity. Then I could create. Once I come into create, you're going to see a chat section on the left hand side, and at the bottom you're going to see some buttons. You're going to see where you could choose a different version of Claude. You have Opus 4.5 and so on and so forth. And then here you could attach things. You could attach files to this chat section. You could even speak into it like that. You could import things, import from GitHub, grab web element, link code folder, skills and design system, reference another project, and so on and so forth. Even upload a fig file. And then up here you're going to see the design system and add screen and attach code base and drag in Figma file. So if you go on design here, you're going to see animated video, interactive prototype, make a deck, make tweakable front end design, and so on and so forth. If you go to screenshot, you could just enter a screenshot of something that you like. For example, you may have a carousel that you like that you see online, and you just screenshot and put it in and say, I like this carousel, make me something similar. And then you go to attach code base and drag in Figma file. So something that's pretty cool over here that Claude Design has is a sketch pad. So you could click on the button here and you could start sketching out what you want. You could play around with this. You could change the color. You could add a box. So you could, like a thought box. And then when you're finished, you could just simply save it like that, and you'd be all good. So you have a calculator here. You could adjust the size. You could change different things on it if you want to. So this is a prompt over here for that too. And you have this here, like a video, animation. You also have text streaming examples. You have the prompt again here if you want to try it. And with a lot of different examples here. You have the app onboarding example. You could come here and you could just try this prompt to put in Claude Design and to help design up your app. And then it has this text particle effect where I guess when you put it on, you could use this prompt. So you can see the smoke, you see the fire, snow, light, electric, and so on. Then we go back to Claude Design here, the front section, right? You have slide decks. So slide decks, you could, similar to a prototype, you could have use speaker note, so less text on slides. You could make it like that if you want, and you could just create your slide deck like that, put it in. You could go into the chat section again and you could speak to it. And you could also set up your system here if you already haven't set it up. You have front from template, animate time-based motion from template. Again, this is just to set up your design system, your brand colors, so on and so forth. If you go to animation, you could just simply put a name, and then you go in, similar thing. You just go in and describe what you want. So I'm going to show you an example of what I did before. So in here I created a carousel for my wife. I went in and I told Claude Design to make a carousel for my wife, and then it went in, asked me a couple of questions, and then it started building it. Initially gave me just a plain carousel, but I wanted picture and I asked it to put picture, but I personally did not really. I wanted to see if I could add my own pictures to it, so I went in. First of all, if you guys know, before when Claude.ai, you were not able, you wouldn't be able to put pictures on your carousel by asking it, but in here you can. And then I just uploaded some pictures here too, so you could add it on the carousel if I wanted. It's just a basic thing that I did right here. So if I wanted to make any changes on these carousel, right? If I wanted to make any change on these carousel, I could simply go up to here to comment, and then I could go to any section of the carousel that I want, and I could simply tell Claude what I wanted to do, and then I click this button here, edit. Now I could go over here and I could just edit this myself. I could take the text off. I could even draw in there. Now here you could speak to it, you could import, you could attach a file, you could change the kind of version that you're using for Claude. So if I wanted to save this, I simply move up to the share button up here, and I could just simply download it as a zip, export as a PDF, PowerPoint. I could even send it to Canva to edit even more, and export as a standalone HTML, hand off the Claude Code, so Claude Code will have this and it could just go do its thing. Another example did was I came here and I put my wife transcript in here, and I asked it to make a presentation. Again, it asked me a couple of questions and I answered it, and then it went through and then it started making this slide. So as you can see, I chose a 30 slide deck for this example, and it just went in from this pasting the transcript and it made the slide here for it. And then then it asked me if I wanted to add speaker notes, so you could just put speaker notes down here. And similar, you could come on here if you don't like something, you could ask Claude to change it by coming to the comment section and hovering to wherever you want to change. You could simply click on the edit button up here as well and click on the section that you don't want, and you could edit it yourself by typing in. And then tweaks, as you can see, you can go on tweaks, ask how to add sliders or option for this if you wanted. You could also draw on it again, and you could come to the share button. Similar to carousel, you could come up to the share button and you could also export it as a PDF, zip export as a PowerPoint, send to Canva. You could also send to Claude Code and export as a standalone HTML. So now I'm going to create something from scratch. So I haven't tried a video one yet, so we're gonna build it right now. So if you haven't already subscribed, guys, remember to share and subscribe. Let's go. I'm gonna go to here from template, and I'm just putting the O as a project name, and then I'll click on animate. Then I'll click go in, and then you're gonna see a similar chat section here. Then I'm gonna just speak into it. All right, so Claude, I want you to create a quick 30-second video of a breakdown of Claude Design so we can better understand it in 30 seconds. Let's do it. Then I take that speaker thing off so it doesn't affect it. If you want my free guide, comment guide to get my free guide. Alright, so it's doing its thing. Alright, so it's finished now. This took about 2 minutes. So as you can see, it's finished here. Let's play it and see what it looks like. Alright, so it's making some animation here. I didn't tell it what to really do. It's just doing its thing. Right? Wow. Nice. Alright. So as you can see, it can make videos by simply telling it what you want, and you don't have to, I didn't even give it that much information to go with. It just did this. It had the animated drag circles going around. It had the drop down animation. It had all these animation going on, which is pretty cool. Usually you probably have to get a professional editor who can do this thing, but as you can see, Claude Design can do it. You don't have to be a designer. If I go here, if you look at the usage limit, you can see that Claude Design has its own usage. So before I did this video, it was at about 66%, and after I did that about 30-second video, it went to about 74%. You just want to be mindful of what version you're using so that it doesn't take a lot of token. But overall, it's a pretty good tool to help you design for your business, design your brand, your content for social media, to help you build slide decks and so on and so forth, as I just showed you in the video. So that's a simple breakdown right there of Claude Design right now. Currently, it's only available on the Claude.ai on the web. It's not on the desktop version currently as I'm speaking right now, and it's not on the mobile currently as I'm speaking right now. So with that being said, guys, remember to share and subscribe for His glory. Peace.